Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thanks so much for listening. Today we are talking everything from former presidents and a report about Russia to the Super Bowl halftime show and the essential smartphone. All that and more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Monday, October 23rd. You ready? Let's do this. President Trump is talking taxes again. He had a conference call with lawmakers over the weekend, and NBC News says it was part pep talk, part warning. He apparently told House Republicans that if they stand in the way of his major tax plan, it could hurt them for next year's midterm elections. He wants his plan passed before the new year. Fox News reports he'll be having lunch with lawmakers tomorrow to rally more for the plan. Russia has apparently been trying to influence U.S. elections for years. The Hill says a newly released FBI report shows how a Russian spy tried to get close to Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State in 2009 and 2010. The spy was arrested and deported, but the report looks at several actions and says it all shows Russia began really stepping up its game to try and get more information and have more influence over U.S. policy. There's no evidence the Clintons did anything illegal, but Clinton's office responded to The Hill, saying the focus on that spy case is a political move. Okay, so do you know how many former presidents are still living? The answer is 5, and this weekend they all got together for a good cause. It was to raise money for people affected by the recent hurricanes. Barack Obama, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, and Jimmy Carter all spoke at a benefit concert at Texas A&M University. Time reports the concert already raised more than $31 million. President Trump was also sort of there. He showed up in a pre-taped video message shown at the concert. A variety of rock and country singers played, and there was even a surprise appearance by Lady Gaga. Well, there's another guy in Hollywood facing dozens of sexual harassment allegations. He's a movie director named James Toback. The LA Times talked to 38 women who say he sought them out, made promises, and then harassed them by grinding against them and doing other outrageous things. He's not a household name, but he's best known for films like, well, The Pickup Artist and Bugsby. Toback denies it all and says he doesn't remember meeting any of those women. Also, a new report goes after former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly. Remember, he was fired earlier this year because of harassment claims. But now a New York Times report says actually, before that, Fox knew O'Reilly paid out a big settlement, but then still renewed his contract. That he was only fired later when other harassment claims went public. O'Reilly, though, is firing back. He wrote on Twitter that the New York Times report is full of, quote, lies and smears, and he'll likely respond more today. It's a big day for Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl. He pleaded guilty to leaving his post in Afghanistan in 2009, and today a judge will decide his sentence. He faces up to life in prison. The Daily Mail reports there will be some dramatic testimony against him today, some other soldiers and a Navy SEAL who were badly hurt while searching for him. Remember, Bergdahl left his post and then was captured by the Taliban and held for 5 years. He was brought home in a swap for 5 Taliban prisoners. All right, a quick look around the world. It's considered the fastest growing refugee crisis in the world, and today the UN will be asking other governments to help with $434 million needed to deal with it. The UN says the money is needed for the Rohingya Muslim refugee crisis. The Myanmar military has been accused of ethnic cleansing. So Time reports nearly 600,000 Rohingya Muslims have left Myanmar running for their lives and crossed the border into Bangladesh, where they don't have much. All right, an update from Spain and the thing that happened that's really never happened before. The Spanish Prime Minister announced he will use an article in the Constitution there for the first time so that he can go in and take over Catalonia, removing its leaders and holding new elections. So yeah, a big deal. Remember, Catalonia is a region of Spain that includes Barcelona and has some independence, but they voted at the start of this month that they want more. They want to become their own country or at least start negotiations. The main Spanish government, though, said not going to happen. In fact, they decided this weekend they want to do the opposite and take over completely. CNN says it's the most serious threat made to Catalonia since this all started. Neither side, though, seems to be backing down. And in Italy, the two wealthiest regions there had their own vote for at least a little more independence. The BBC reports Lombardy, which includes Milan, and the Veneto region around Venice don't want a full-on divorce from Italy, but they do want some changes, some more control. Those regions say they pay too many taxes to Rome, but critics say this is all just a political move. Tesla is going to China. The electric car maker is building its own manufacturing plant there. The company and the Chinese government are apparently making a first-of-its-kind deal where Tesla could get its own facility. The Wall Street Journal says an official announcement is expected by the end of the year. China is already the world's largest electric car market, and it's going to get bigger. Remember, the Chinese government has said they're working on a plan to ban the sale of gasoline cars altogether. All right, other things to know today in sports, tech, and entertainment. We start with a pretty bold statement. A writer for TechCrunch is naming what he thinks is the best value smartphone on the market. Have you heard of the Essential phone? It just got a $200 price drop. And if you already have it, you can actually get a $200 credit, at least until December. The Essential phone now costs $499. The company is a startup and says the price change is to help them break into the market faster with more word of mouth. We now know who will be playing in the World Series. The Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the Houston Astros. The Astros beat the New York Yankees over the weekend 4-0. So here's a fun fact, thanks to MLB's Stat of the Day. The Astros are the first team to make it to the World Series, both as an American League team this year and as a National League team back in 2005, although they lost back then. Game 1 of the World Series is tomorrow night. We did talk about this one on the Newsworthy a while back, but now the NFL says it's official. Justin Timberlake will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. As Reuters points out, it's been 14 years now since the so-called wardrobe malfunction happened when he performed at the Super Bowl with Janet Jackson and there was some nudity. Mashable says not everyone is happy with the choice. Apparently, Jackson was pretty much blacklisted from the NFL, so some wonder why Timberlake isn't dealing with the same consequences. This will actually be his third time on the Super Bowl stage, which the NFL said is the most of any entertainer. Halloween is just about a week away, so guess who won the box office? Boo 2. It's Tyler Perry's holiday-themed sequel, and it was the weekend's winner. Rotten Tomatoes says it brought in $21.7 million. And that's it. You are all caught up. If there was any story we talked about today that grabbed your attention and you want to read more about it, just head on over to thenewsworthy.com. I try to make it really easy for you to just click show notes and you'll see all the links to the stories right there on today's episode. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe. You can sign up for a daily email right on thenewsworthy.com, or you can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, whatever is easiest for you. Thanks so much again for listening. The Newsworthy is available to you every day, Monday through Friday, by 4 a.m. Eastern. So I will be back tomorrow. Until then, have a great day.